All right, it's Chris Allen on KOOL 101.7, and our guest this morning is Rachael Kilgour. You may remember her. You've been on the show before. Good morning, by the way.
Good morning.
You were on the show before and talking about some of your music, and I believe you had kind of a performance thing coming up that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, last time I was getting ready to, I believe it was to head to North Carolina? Well,
I think, yes, you headed to North Carolina.
I've had a few different opportunities in the past few months, so it's hard to keep track. But I was participating in a couple different songwriting competitions nationally, and
you needed a little bit of moolah to make the trip.
Yes, and I was doing some house concert fundraisers at the time.
So now you're heading back to North Carolina.
I am.
Because you won that contest.
I sure did.
Nice job.
Thanks.
You've had a little bit of success along the way so far.
Yeah, lots of fun things have happened. So back in, let's see, so that was May is when I won the competition. It's called a Leaf New Song Competition in North Carolina. And as the winner of that, I get to return to North Carolina this weekend to play at their fall festival. And then also I get to move on in the National New Song Contest, which is the finals actually take place in New York City at the Lincoln Center.
Wow.
In January. So that's fun stuff happening for that one. And then I also went to Colorado and was a finalist in the Telluride Troubadour competition.
Holy cow. That's a big one.
Yeah, it's a really big one. It is really fun. All of them have been awesome. I've met lots of really great artists, and the people who put on the festivals are just like, festival people are so much fun. I like them.
You've been quietly doing this. I mean, because I follow you on Facebook, I get the news updates and everything like that. But really, there's been no other coverage of you. So you've been quietly doing all these. Well,
we did. I did
things.
Recently have a really great write-up in the News Tribune. They did a big spread of.
But I mean, the media as a whole really hasn't been covering you.
Right. Yeah. I mean, a lot of the things I'm doing also aren't in Duluth, so
yeah,
that's understandable. I'm not attempting to make a big splash right here. I'm going elsewhere. I have So I did those two competitions, and then I've also just been touring. I played a little bit in Nova Scotia, which was really fun.
Wow.
And I just got back from a tour in. I played in Washington D.C. and New York City and the Boston area, and I'm headed back there in November as well. So lots of fun stuff happening. And meeting lots of people and really great opportunities performance-wise, and I'm meeting a lot of important people specifically on the East Coast who are helping me out in a big way with my career. So
good for you.
Yes.
That's good to hear. Now, because you are moving forward and you have so much happening, you have some new songs and you're looking at recording a new record.
I am. I'm not even looking at it. I've already begun.
Okay.
I am. So I've put out 2 full albums and also a 3-song EP online so far. But I haven't done that in about 4 years. I haven't released anything. And so I have a whole bunch of new material from the last year and a half. It's all fairly personal work. I tend to, a lot of my previous recordings have included both personal and some social justice themed music, which is something that I really
You are
value.
very active.
Yeah. And so that's really still a really big and important part of me, but this specific album is kind of about my transition from I recently went through a divorce and
sorry.
Changed, my life has changed quite drastically, and so I've written a lot of songs about that process, and so this album is going to focus solely on that. But exciting things is I'm recording it in Boston, and
wow,
yeah, I have one of my dear friends, Katie Curtis, is a singer-songwriter out of the Boston area, and she's been doing this since the early 90s, I think, and is I don't know. She's so smart, has great taste, and also is very well connected out in the area, and has really been helpful in getting me to figure out what I want,
Uh-huh.
and then finding the people who can do that. So we actually have put together already a team, and I was out there in September and I was in the studio for 4 days already.
Okay.
Invested all of the money that I have into making those 4 days happen. And now I've returned to Duluth, and I am doing a Kickstarter campaign to fund the rest of the album because I'm going back in November to finish it up, and I need money for that.
Right. And you have quite a few supporters here, so this is the perfect place to start. So,
Yeah.
so tell me what they can do is I'll get the link from you, and I'll put it on KOOL101.7.com so they can click right on that. There's just one click and get right to you.
Yeah.
And how Kickstarter works is you have different rewards, so to speak, for what level of money they want to invest.
Right. Yep, you have all sorts of options. So I have a goal, and my goal to raise enough money to make the album happen is $15,000, and at this point we're nearing $11,000, which is
Very
awesome.
good.
I have a little bit less than 2 weeks to go, maybe almost exactly 2 weeks. I don't know. The 28th of October is the last date.
Okay.
But so yeah, when you go onto Kickstarter, you can watch a video about my project and read about it some more, and then you decide how much you'd like to contribute, and you can choose your reward. You can also choose no reward if you would rather not have one.
Right.
But yeah, you could pre-order the album. You can have like earrings for sale that are made out of my used guitar strings. I
Nice.
have handkerchiefs. It inspires crying. Some of the songs.
You might need the handkerchief
You might
for the
need
record
that.
later then, is what
Yeah.
you're saying. All right.
But yeah, lots of fun rewards, and anyways.
To
So,
finish this record, and everybody can be a part of it. You know, really, I always say this whenever a musician talks about Kickstarter. If a lot of people were to give $10,
right.
this project would happen, and they could say they're a part of it.
Yeah.
So basically, kind of if they pre-order the album, they could get this done.
Mm-hmm.
And then not only that, but you would sell lots of the album, and
Right.
lots of people would have it in their hand already. Easy as that.
I would love that.
All right. I just thought I would. Usually, if I make it clear how easy it is to fund this and be a part of it and brag, hey,
Yeah.
I got Rachael Kilgour going here.
Right. Yeah, I think Duluth is really great. We
They've
love our
always
own
supported
things,
yeah.
and I think it's fun. It's like another competition. Like,
Yes.
like how well can Duluth fund its local musician?
Well, there's a lot of musicians lately that are coming out of here that are doing pretty well
Yeah.
and sounding really good.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right.
all right. So, in order to earn your keep here, because I like having you on, but I know you're a musician, and I want people to hear your music. So, can I get you to play a tune?
Sure.
What tune are you playing?
I have no idea yet.
You pick up your guitar and whatever strikes your
Yeah, we'll
fancy.
see.
All right. Rachael Kilgour on KOOL 101.7.